All right, what's holding you back here? That just gets down to it. What is keeping you from your goal? Is it that you're setting your goal and just the velocity and the huge potential of your goal ultimately just scares you from even get started because your goal is so big, so grand that you don't know how to get off the sideline, get off the couch because it's just such a wide gap from where you are today. We've all been there. We set these lofty goals for ourselves. It's like the New Year's resolution where we set these things, but they're so far from where we are that we can't relate and we don't know how to get there. And ultimately, it scares us. It forces us back into the position of where we are today. But there's never a better time to start reaching out to your goal today. But you need to set that goal. And then you need to set mile markers that are achievable markers that you can get to one at a time that's going to lead you to that goal. So last week, about a week ago, I ran a 100-mile race. First time running that distance. It was a huge, lofty goal. And my goal was I'm going to do this under 24 hours because I get a belt buckle saying that I've done this under a day. It's a huge story of how the ultra and how the 100-mile race came to be. However, if I just thought of this and said, okay, I got to run 100 miles, that can be overwhelming. It's just to this point that it was too much. And of 400 plus participants that took on this adventure that day, less than half finished. Less than half finished. Now, was it because of injury? Potentially. Or was it mentally? A lot of it was mental. A lot of people it was too much of a goal for them to just take in and chunk in. I had to start getting to the point where I just had to have those small wins to start building up to those small wins. I had to get to that next tunnel. I had to get to that next aid station. I had to get to that next tree. I had to get up that next hill. I had to get down that next hill. 400 steps here, then 200 steps, then 400 steps, then 200 steps. Achievable goals so I could start creating that winning environment in my mind because I knew if I could just hit that next hurdle and then hit that next hurdle and hit that next hurdle, that sooner or later it was going to lead me down the goal. So today, when you have your goal, if it's buying that 100-unit first multifamily property, well, that could be overwhelming because there's all these things you have to take into account. You have to find the money. You have to find the deal. You have to learn how to underwrite. You have to figure out how to close the deal, how to reposition the deal. But if you just take it one step at a time, today, can I create it? Can I create a relationship with a broker? Today, can I have 3 investor talks? Today, can I underwrite 1 property? Well, if you can do that on your list, set that up, achieve that mile marker, well, then the next day you do the same thing. And the day after that, you do the same thing. And the day after that, you do the same thing. Well, now that process is you're creating that winning environment in yourself. You're creating that will to win. And that's what separates you from the others. That's what's going to separate you today from everyone else out there who's quitting, who's saying, you know what, this is just too much. Well, it's not too much for you. I know you can do it. I know you can get out there and do it. But will you? Take a step. And when it really sucks and it's really hard, take another step. And when that fails, take 2 more steps. And past that, take 3 more steps. Ultimately, down the road until you are at that goal. And then set the goal even farther and even loftier and build those steps from there. All right, let's do this.